Saw a clip of pre-compression earlier. Gets an elimination feed down there, but ooh, wow. The building drops out from underneath, and Adams picks up an elim.
I think that was his own dynamite too. That actually ended up costing him his life there. And now Adams, I'm sure if I don't see a plane there in spawn, so he's gonna have to rotate the good old-fashioned way as the storm is closing. It looks like here. Moving on over, Nade gonna get taken out. So you saw Nade earlier over by the motel. Looks like Dark Rock comes out on top. So the rotation, avoiding that fight versus Slaya from Chief did not work out in his favor. He does get taken out here as Dark Rock is just gonna heal up. Meanwhile, Wally Hack, I like his name so already. He's gonna be tagged up by a stink bomb here. Trying to rotate in a tough position is Wally Hack as he is getting hunted. I mean, absolutely hunted right now.
The stink grenade's coming out. He's gonna try and rotate away from that. The top down. That's a tough one to move away from. He's got to use every single build. If you don't heal, if you don't do everything you can to stay alive in the middle of fights, things can go south real quick.
Yeah, well said. He's building high here. I'm thinking he has glider redeploy in this situation, as he has confidence in building high. Of course, the glider redeploy added to the game recently gives you the ability to redeploy your glider. He's going to actually take out Wallhack. Huge plays from Jalen. I believe that's his second. And Jalen, again, a heavy favorite, is going to go a little cheeky for the crowd here as well, as Jalen is clearly trying to make some fans today, and he's doing well with 2 eliminations to his name.
That laugh emote might be one of the worst ones in terms of having to listen to that.
Cringe, nails in a chalkboard.
I feel bad for myself when I hear it. That's focused circle. Okay, Jason, little 1v1 here around a plane.
Well done.
Taking advantage of Season 7 here in just a second. A1 Beats goes down. Yep. There's very much focus on trying to get in one of these because it gives you the ability to not engage, have in a prominent position, and just kind of stay away from combat for a while. You can scout from up top. You can even go so far as to swap onto the onto one of the wings, heal quickly, and jump back in and keep flying. They're very advantageous if you can get one.
You see here our first view of the overhead map. Look how many people still alive, 57, and we're coming down to our third storm here in just a minute, as it looks like rotations are coming through from a few folks. You saw some names over in Paradise Palms. You saw Jax, you saw Price. Price is the player who is a person to keep an eye out for. He actually is currently sitting in first place with 4 eliminations. Price, a leader in the pro Discord scene of Oceania, looking to perform here and make a name for himself today.
He's the only one with a point thus far, as we haven't gotten high enough replacements. These redeploys are going to be super important as well. Even just little steps, little jumps to get closer in the safe zone, but it's not enough.
I think that right there, Lupo, shows the importance of early rotations.
Oh, yeah.
Something you talk about often in casting the Passive Courage and team. Talk about the importance of rotating early in competitive Fortnite.
The person, so you may eliminate a teammate, but oftentimes, especially in competitive Fortnite, like we've seen in the past, these players are going to sit on top of each other and avoid engagements. Now, Twiz picking up one there on Kojos.
Twiz, a consistent player in the CPL. That's kind of the pro league over in the Australian side of things. He is going to get his second elimination. So Twiz of Mind Freak, a very reputable team and organization in Australia, is performing. His teammate Vince also alive here. A good start for the Mind Freak team. Jason, that we can see right now. So keep an eye. If you see one of them pick up an elimination, that's going to be a point for them. Desire gets taken out, though.
Twiz
It's going to be by Twiz. He gets his 3rd point. His 3rd elimination. That's a point for him. So Twiz gets on the board here with 1.
Hype in an effort to rotate. Gets caught, basically pinched between 2 players, but Jinx gets Phil back from the back. Phil eliminates Hype. Jinx goes down to Parpy, the 5th party at that point. So many players taking every advantage they can. Those, wait to the last second, open, edit a window, take a couple shots, and close it off. You don't want to expose yourself too long. Like you said earlier, I'm going to say that's probably 10 tops, which means the entire rest of the field is about to rotate. You're going to see a lot of layered building, and things are going to get pretty hectic pretty quickly.
You got to think right now, Jax with 2 RPGs and an legendary assault rifle, full health, and yet you just pointed it out, full health and shields nearly. He's in a good position to get that 3rd elimination. He's going to try and stay mid-ground, stay high ground, and rain RPGs down on his opponents if he can. Keep an eye on Jax at the bottom left. Jalen, meanwhile, going to pick up another elimination for him as well. On board with Chiefs Parpy right now with ultimate high ground in the game, as you'd expect from Parpy himself.
Now you want to make sure in a situation like this, you see he's layering back over his own stuff. He's on a pretty individualized branch of that build. What a shot on him.
You don't see this very often in North America. You don't see people contesting a lot of those storm wings.
Most of the time this is ignored and they pay more attention what's around it. But I think Parpy in this situation, he knows there's nobody is going to challenge the height. He's trying to take just slow tap shots. Look for first shot accuracy on Unity all the way up top. He's getting a couple hits.
That's it.
Taking him out of the plane.
He's out of the plane here, I believe.
This is an opportunity. Parpy could pick up a 2nd or even 30, depending on what he goes for, what's left in the air. Slow, just Gotta pace those shots.
Yep. Trying to thread the needle here with that heavy AR. Tough to do in that situation. We're gonna hop back down to low ground and see how this fight is ensuing. Minkin, a player to keep an eye out for. Very, very late game oriented player. Very passive in his play style as well.
Now this next circle rotation, you already saw rifts popping. Players trying to take just a float in approach, because this circle is making everyone move, and the end zone for where this is going to end up is just on the southwest corner of the hill, the mountain north of Paradise.
You see that med kit floating down. I think that was actually whoever was getting focused there that actually got eliminated out of the sky. On board,
did in fact.
It was. Yep, there you go. It was him. So on board now with Jalen, launching some dynamite. This is going to actually shake things up here. Expect a lot of that low ground cover and builds to be destroyed. Some opportunities here for everyone. A close range fight. It is going to be Jalen. Connects in the first shotgun, and he's going to get the elimination. That is going to be a 5th for Jalen. That's his 2nd point.
It is indeed. We've got 24 players left, so we're getting close to the point where ranking is going to start mattering for points. 10 seconds on the finish of the circle move. This is what I was talking about. You're stuck on the side of a hill.
Brutal.
Everyone is going to be stacked vertically on top of each other. You're going to see some crazy edit downs and edit down and up vertical edits to take advantage of that. Keith and Gosu building up, trying to get top on everybody, and there is still a tower up there, but nobody's left in. Now, at the end game here, we have the 7th, 8th, 9th circle left. There's no downtime for movement. It just goes and goes and goes. So you're gonna have players moving constantly to stay ahead of this with 16 left.
Yeah, that's a great point. And this Paradise Palms end is just brutal because you have so much natural high ground. Looks like a jump pad is placed. That's Oz Mass we're on board with right now. Just trying to stay alive and trying to land somewhere that's advantageous to him. He's going to find a nice little mid-ground spot. Not Naper.
Nook he can sneak in just barely.
Yeah. Done. Meanwhile, Naper here does have mid to high ground in his end as well. Minkin's going to pick up an elimination as well. Fights are ensuing. It's going to be a nice shot on Hershicles of Renegades, but no, he is going to get taken out there by Shy. Hershicles gets cleaned up as well. On board with Zenith, looking for high ground to his name. Back to Jalen with 5 eliminations to him.
11 players left. We've got 40 seconds on this next circle move. Everybody's going north, and it looks like Jalen has ultimate high ground here. A number of minis still, a full med kit. His kit is looking really good for the situation. He doesn't have to engage. He can wait it out. He needs 2 more elims, and at this point, third partying and waiting is going to be key. But everybody's going crazy during this circle rotation. Shy, and they're getting dropped by Keith, Gosu. Ozmas is just waiting. A little peeks from the shot.
That one back. He's going
his opponent there, Devour, not realizing that shots are coming out from an opponent in the side. He was just kind of caught looking straight up, it looked like. Mass waiting, just every single little edit. There we go, another shot on Devour. Goes for it, gets the shot. There's another elimination.
And here now on board with Jordy, another fan favorite, a streamer, and a fun one to watch. And Jordy's going to connect for the headshot on Keith. Well done from him. Jordy sitting with his 3rd elimination. At the point, he is finally.
Picks up his
Jalen
6th.
picks out Mass. Wow. One more limb for Jalen, and he gets his 3rd point of the game. 4 players left.
Jalen has sitting on 1 HP. Jordy, twins.
Up.
Only a few players left, and this is the final circle. He's going to have to sneak in here, and that might be all she wrote. Jalen going down with 6 elims, should still feel good about that.
Oh, look who's still alive here. It's going to be the X2 twin. That's Jesse, who qualified, going for the heal-off. We know how well he plays in the late game, a more passive player, very smart, very consistent player, and it looks like one of the X2 twins is looking to win this first game.
Janzar Minkin's going to go down the storm here in a second. Snake just throwing it all the way down. That redeploy maybe. Could not land it.
And it's going to be Jesse.
Brings it home.
Can you believe it? Game number 1. With 5 HP to his name, it is Jesse, the X2 twin himself, representing for the brothers here, and a nice cheeky dance.
He also shares that squad or that team with, you also have Hershicles, but I guess something I wanted to highlight, which the commentators were highlighting, was Jalen, who is newly picked up on the Legacy roster. This was only announced on Friday, just days before this was happening, 1 day, in fact, before the qualifiers were to happen. So already to come out and play so well and have so many eyes on you, it was really a nice pickup by Legacy.
Yeah, I think it's also very nice for Legacy because they were the organization who originally had the X2 twins before they moved across to Renegade. So Jalen was one of those players as well who we saw yesterday in the heat. Was very strong in eliminations, and obviously in match number 1 here, very much the same story, getting the max number of points. If you're taking a look at the scoreboard and you're wondering how this works, we're giving points for eliminations and we're giving points for placement. So
he was trying to make a little bit of a sneaky play happen. However, it wasn't meant to be. You can also see in the standings as well, once we've tallied up the points between the eliminations, between the placements, looks like Jalen's on top.
Yeah, sitting up there on 3 points along with Geordie. So they're going to be feeling pretty good right now. A few players there sitting on 2. Skeletia, Osmaz as well. And look, anyone there that you sort of want to point out, Bandy, in particular?
Twiz, he did have a pretty decent early game, we did see. I believe his point was due to eliminations because then he wasn't quite able to rotate in once we saw the mass of the players trying to get in. But he did have a pretty good round, and you can see he did enough to get that point.
Yeah, so no one getting more than 3 points. So even those players who came up on top, like Geordie, of course, who got that victory Royale, didn't. He played it nice and safe. So he played for placement.